watched a movie that I mentioned actually last week because of the star of a movie that I talked about last week called My Heart Can't Beat Unless You Tell It To.
Right.
I watched another movie that this young man was in called Super Dark Times. This movie came out in 2017. It's yet another terrible title for a movie. I don't know why I keep getting all these terrible titles. It's directed by Kevin Phillips. I don't really know anything about him. However, the writers were Ben Collins and Luke Piotrowski, who did a movie that's on my radar called The Night House. But Piotrowski also did the new Hellraiser reboot. So I'm kind of happy with that.
Yeah.
It stars Charlie Tahan. I think that's how you pronounce it. Very recognizable young actor who played Wyatt on Ozark. If you saw him, you would know him. Actually, him and Owen Campbell, the guy from My Heart Can't Beat Unless You Tell It To, are both very popular young actors right now. You see them in a lot of stuff. Not much genre stuff, but a lot of stuff. However, Owen not only was in My Heart Can't Beat Unless You Tell It To, he was also in X, which I haven't seen yet.
The Ty West one, right?
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So these two guys are in it. The synopsis is teenagers Zach and Josh have been best friends their whole lives, but when a gruesome accident leads to a cover-up, the secret drives a wedge between them and propels them down a rabbit hole of escalating paranoia and violence.
You got to cover up the bodies.
Exactly. That's my take on this. I want to warn people, though, I would not consider this a horror movie.
Okay.
It is definitely dark. It will hold your attention. It is dark. It's got great performances. And it kind of, remember, we've talked about this in the past, and I probably don't even need to go into it. But you know how you have stress streams? Like when you got a lot going on and you don't get good sleep because you have stress streams. I used to have them about it, exams in school, or I used to have them when I was doing a show and I'd be up on stage and I couldn't remember the lyrics to a song.
Right.
Well, I've had stress streams about murdering people and people finding out. And that's kind of what this movie is. It's like two people trying to cover up something. And you're just like, oh my God, they're going to get caught. This is crazy. It's that kind of movie. It's very nerve wracking. I'm probably spoiling things here for people, but it's not an intentional murder, but something happens. And instead of going to the authorities, they try to cover it up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, bad idea.
Yeah. So, interesting. Okay. And it's called Super Dark Times.
It's called Super Dark Times. Two very talented young actors are in it. And I would go on to say that this director could potentially go places because this is a really well done movie. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And you said wouldn't classify as a horror movie, but it's definitely stress and tension and got some scare.
Well, and there's murder and some violence in it. Well, for sure. But it's not supernatural at all.
Start the car.